Well, GM, G,
To the
M. Great morning, my friends, DJs, Diamond Hand fam, Forge and Fuel crew, super soldiers, one percenters, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel, baby. I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host, Colton Capp Swirl One, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guys, and dive down some inspirational and motivational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, we got one hell of a show on tap for you here today on this beautiful Thursday morning. And if you haven't checked your calendar yet, it's October the 10th, 2024, and I hope you're ready to wake up like never before because episode 586 is going to be tripping your triggers. It's going to be getting your gears turning, and it's going to be getting those thoughts burning on the brain, melting on the heart, and festering on the soul. But before we carry on, before we get this proverbial showboat surfing the waves of change, there is a couple of things I must humbly ask of each and every one of you. If you haven't already done so, and maybe you could find it in that big old heart of yours to make it happen, maybe you could smash that subscribe button. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell over yonder as well so you never miss a live show or any additional content dropping from the Diamond Hand Media Group. Or if you're watching on X, you might as well hit that like button, hit that repost button, hell, maybe even hit that quote post button. Let the people know why you're tuning in to Forge and Fuel this morning. Or if you're watching on Facebook, hit that like, share it out to the people, let them know that you're tuning in over there as well. Or if you're listening to Forge and Fuel on your favorite podcast directory like Spotify or Apple, maybe you could hit that follow button right now, or maybe even leave us a 5-star rating. We certainly appreciate when you do all those things. It only helps the show grow and flow over there too. And to each and every one of you that have already hit those buttons, or you're preparing to hit those buttons, or you're doing it right now, we can't thank you enough. We appreciate all your love, all your support, helping us grow this show. And if you haven't yet, and this show makes you think, it makes you laugh. It makes you cry. It makes you go, I like that perspective right there. I ain't never thought of it that way before. Well, hey, don't be a hoe. Share the show. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Let the people know. And we will proceed with this morning's flow. My friends, it wouldn't be Forge and Fuel without the other half of this program. See, I could sit here all morning and blab and banter and fill you with cotton candy filled words until I'm blue in the face. But that wouldn't be fun because that would only be one side of the coin. We need the other side of the coin to join us on the show. The forge to my fuel, if you will. The fire to my desire. The ice to my hot. The yin to my yang. The man, the myth, the legend, who is the owner of the Grandpa Ape Country Club. He is a professional DJ with a wide-ranging musical catalog. Honestly, more songs in there than you know what to do with, making him a human iPod.
What?
He is a purveyor of positive vibes,
What?
a curator of high-level energies,
What?
a certified PLP pusher,
What?
the jet plane flying,
What?
McLaren driving,
What?
Rolex rocking,
What?
president of St. Louis, Missouri, coming to us from parts unknown, the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only traveling man who just got off a tin can, now visiting us live from a foreign land, the one and only, with an emphasis on the one. He's DJ Swirl One. Great morning over there, Swirl One. How you doing in parts unknown?
Hey, we out here. Great morning to everybody. Hey, look at this big, tall, great morning to you guys. See that? Talked about riding on my cup. And there we are. Couldn't bring one of my cool cups with me today, so that's okay. We're going to keep rocking anyway. Yes, I am in, as you can see, a hotel of sorts that doesn't quite have the setup that I usually have at the HQ. But lo and behold, we're still going to have a rocking day. I'm still ready to go. I just noticed, man, I guess I never changed clothes because I saw this in the opening and now I'm wearing it again. And I'm not mad. That's okay. Shout out to the GACCs, the GACs, the Max, and all the people in the Diamond Hand group out there. Do me a favor. Make sure you send this out to somebody today. Send it to somebody. I already seen a couple of those reposts, but there's more people in here and watching than there's reposts. So why don't we just send it out there and just get some algorithm going? Why don't we get this blood flowing, get some energy going? That's why I'm at. It's Thursday. Okay. One more day to the weekend. That means we got 2 shows left, and this one's already in motion. So I'm going to yield back the floor. We're going to start this day like you already know. We're ready to go. I got my push-ups in. I got up early. Cap, I'm ready to find out how I can live a more fulfilled life. I mean, I'm already trying to do that, but if there's another way, and if I could learn something in this show, I'm all for it.
Well, I think we might be both learning something today. Who's to say, who's to know? I mean, I stumbled upon some things yesterday that I thought, well, hell, if we aren't already doing all of this, and this ain't just going to stir up some perspective and conversation, I don't know what I'm doing. And hey, I don't know about you, Swirl One, but it's getting a little chilly. It's getting
I was just going to say that.
I got the hoodie on, bro. It is 45 degrees in the Windy City. I woke up this morning with icicles hanging out of my nose. When did it get so fucking cold? It's cold, man. What the hell's going on? This is crazy. I had to show up with a hoodie on this morning.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, I noticed. I was wondering why you had the hoodie on. I was like, is it really that cold in the Windy City right now? Because where I'm at, it's not that cold.
Oh, it's a little chilly for sure. It was a little chilly for sure. I was like, ooh, there's a little nip in the air this morning. I kind of like it. All right, throw on the old hoodie. It's hoodie season, baby. Let's go. Well, my friends, you heard Swirl One. Hey, don't be a host. Share the show, man. If you see our faces out there, if you're part of GACC, if you're part of DHMG, you have to know that we do this every single day for you guys. We show up each and every morning to help these brands grow, to help GACC continue to get better, to help DHMG continue to get better, to help every single person. I'm rocking DHMG under this damn hoodie. Every single person that hears our voice, we want you to get better. We want this thing to be bigger, better, faster, stronger. We have so many great ideas and so many amazing things that we will put into action, but we can't do those things without your help. You are our audience. You are our people. You are the ones that help this go every single day. We recognize that, and we can't thank you enough for everybody that shows up, gets in the comment section, hits that like, hits that repost, hits it on YouTube, turns on the notifications, all that good stuff. I know it seems so simple. It is, why do they always mention it? Because it is literally the only way we grow in this game, and it is because of you, and we put that all on you guys. So we can show up, we can market, we can do this and that, but it is with your guys' help that we continue to get better each and every day. So speaking of getting better each and every day, if you are thinking about something in specific and maybe we don't cover a topic on the show, maybe we don't speak on something that you really needed to hear about, well, you can ask us questions and we'll answer them at the end of the show. You can email those questions. You'll see it right down in the comment, well, not in the comment section, in the ticker, and it says askfnf@thedhmgroup.io. That is the show email. You can ask your questions or whatever you'd like to askfnf@thedhmgroup.io, and we will pull those over to the show and answer them on the third segment of the day, along with all of the amazing humming beans in the live chat over there, bay. But my friends, you know the tagline of this show. As one person, as iron sharpens another, or as one person, jeepers, creepers, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Fucking crime and Netflix. Get that one out. But also another tagline of the show is every single day, you got to laugh, you got to cry, and you got to think. And we on this show try to attain those three things. We try to make you laugh. We try to make you chuckle. We maybe bring a little tear to your eye and we make those gears turn. But we wouldn't have the show the way it is if we didn't start with a little funny ha ha. If we didn't get a little chuckle going right off the bat. If we didn't get a little something happening. So my friends, this morning, we are having a wonderful young lady join us on the show, and she is going to break down the insanity that is the grocery store these days. And my friends, if this is not the most accurate depiction and description, I have never seen anything of the like. DEEZYY, hit us with that grocery store gal.
Today we're here to discuss something that has a lot of companies confused, and I'm here to help. It's really very simple. Let's check the board. This is me at the grocery store. There are 82 cash registers. There are 2 cashiers. Over here, there are 19 self-checkouts. What you're not understanding is I don't work here. Why is there no discount at self-checkout? I'm doing the job of others. I do not work here. Do you understand? I need to be compensated for my time and effort. I saw a mother look like she had just got off work in the self-checkout. You think she came here to also work? I need you all to get people at these stations and man them, okay? Do your job. I don't work here. Thanks.
This is the greatest.
Standing, they're just her lines and everything. Bro, is that not the truth? 82 checkout lines at Walmart, Target, Kmart, every grocery store in the world, and there's one clerk, and then there's all. Why is that? Why do you think that is? What is that? Are their margins so small?
It's laziness is what it is. And I'll tell you this, and it's like I told somebody the other day, and she was like, well, the self-checkouts over there. I'm like, well, it's just you and me in here. We can, you can check me out. She's like, well, you going to pay cash or credit? And I'm like, whatever lets me check out with you. And she kind of looked at me and I'm like, I don't want to use the machine, woman. Like, I'm sorry, but I want to keep you employed, not that machine. So let's go ahead and help you stay employed, because if everybody's using those machines, what do we need you for? I'm just
bingo. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe they just want to turn us all into 15-minute cities where.
No, they just want us to have kiosks everywhere, bro. They just want us to have kiosks, and that way we can, you make your order and everybody knows what you ordered because it's in some database somewhere. You can't.
Hey, you want to talk about kiosks? They've been starting to bring kiosks to old Decatur, Illinois, where I'm originally from. Let me tell you what, the old blue hairs are up in arms. I mean, it's not a very, very old young populace around Decatur. Let's say that. And I mean, they're boycotting Steak and Shake. Bob Evans can kick rocks as far as they're concerned. All these fucking places can pound sand. They're staying home and they're eating eggs and toast. They don't even want to deal with the kiosks anymore. Will the world crumble? Will everybody fight back against the kiosks, or will we just fall into what they want us to do?
Hey,
we remain wondering.
All we do is just try to stop from replacing all humans with robots. I mean, the future is right in front of us, and we're all sitting here staring it right in the eyes. And if you do want to have if you want to be important about anything, you might want to go to work. I'm just saying, because, hey, AI is going to replace you sooner or later.
Or maybe, figure out what it means when the mushroom cloud is bigger than your thumb. Who's to say, who's to know? What? Alrighty then, my friends. We've got some laughs. We've got some red pills. We got some rabbit holes. We've given you some things to chew on as we start this show. 15 minutes after the top of the hour, so it's time to proceed with the flow. The first segment of the day is up on tap, and we are ready to rock and roll, baby. So strap in, put your thinking caps on, throw on your rabbit hole diving shorts, grab out your notebooks and your pens or your pencils. If you're a mistake-prone human being, no judgment coming from this side of the camera. I'm just trying to save you some heartache here in a little while as we get into the first segment of the day. Your sharpening session, baby. Alrighty then, my friends. If you didn't see the title of the show today, let me be the first one to tell you. It is 12 Laws to Help You Live a More Fulfilled Life. Last night, I was doing a little searching, doing a little scrolling through the old Insta-slam, trying to find some videos, some reels, some clips for us to have on the second segment of the day. And I just so happened to bump past this, and I thought, this might be something worth a share. I'd sure like to get Swirl One's perspective on this, and I think we could have one hell of a conversation on these 12 laws here. So I want to read these 12 laws, give you the perspective behind them. And it's well, I want to kick it over to you right away, man. As soon as I'm done with these, I want to hear your initial thoughts, your initial triggers tripped. I got some juices flowing already, and we'll see where this convo goes. Who's to say, who's to know? But my friends, your 12 laws to help you live a more fulfilled life. Number 1, the great law. Whatever energy and thoughts you put out into the universe, you get back, be it good or bad. The great law. Number 2, the law of creation. Life won't just happen to you. You need to take action and make things happen, rather than wait for everything to magically work out for you. The law of creation. Number 3, the law of humility. Being humble enough to accept and understand that your current situation is a result of your past actions. The law of humility. Number 4, the law of growth. Control yourself, not others, and focus on your own personal growth, as real change starts with you. The law of growth. Number 5, the law of responsibility. Whatever happens in your life, it happens because of you, and you need to own it. You are the choices you make. The law of responsibility. Number 6, the law of connection. Your past, present, and future, everything is connected. Your past actions determine who you are today, and your present actions will decide who you will be tomorrow. The law of connection. Number 7, the law of focus. Focus on one thing at a time. And as long as your focus is on spiritual values, you won't have any greedy or negative thoughts. The law of focus. The law of giving and hospitality. Give to the things you believe in from your heart. Understand and acknowledge that your actions are a reflection of your inherent beliefs. The law of giving and responsibility or hospitality. Number 9, the law of here and now. Living in the present moment is the only way to truly be happy. Holding on to the past and obsessing about the future will only take away from your happiness. The law of here and now. 3 more. Number 10, the law of change. History keeps on repeating itself unless you learn from your lessons and change your life. If you notice dramatic changes, it means you're growing. Number 11, the law of patience and reward. Success requires patience, consistent hard work, and the self-assurance that you will get the reward for your efforts. The law of patience and reward. And number 12, the law of significance and inspiration. Be it big or small, every contribution you make influences the universe. Your positive actions will bring more positivity into your life. The law of significance and inspiration. Your 12 laws to help you live a more fulfilled life. I got some thoughts, but I've sent out enough air into the waves this morning, if you will. So DJ Swirl One, anything in there specific trip your trigger? Anything in there say, oh, yeah, we do that all the time? Or say, oh, I needed that this morning. What how'd I do right there? What do we think about the 12 laws?
Hey, I like the pace. It was perfect. I was able to write down everything actually right on par. So great delivery of said information. I will say that. Secondly, I'm going to say right off the bat, the best thing that you have in this entire thing really comes down to a couple of things. You have to, it starts with number 1. It's probably why you said it first, the great law. What you put out, you get back, right? That's the biggest thing. If you want to get bigger, smarter, richer, whatever it is, the more you focus on that, which is down there, number 7, right? The better you're going to become. The consistency that you have every single day to actually making your goal work is what's going to make that happen. Are you going to be great tomorrow? Probably not. But you know what? After years and years and days of trying, you're going to end up getting there. Yesterday we talked about, or was it yesterday? It might have been the day before. What part of it is yours, right? And that means everything. That's with everything. What part of my not being in shape is mine? What part of my failure at work is this on me? My team failed. Hey, we didn't hit our goal, whatever it might be. What part of it's mine? See, we have to stop looking at different things as say, hey, this happened to me, and start looking at, hey, I allowed this to happen to me. That's the difference. Things don't just happen to you by accident. You put yourself in that situation. You showed up to the party. All of those things are connected, right? Number 6. So you just got to make sure you got that. Also, being present is a thing that I think most people have a really hard time doing. They're always thinking about what they have to do, right? What's next? What do I have to do? Oh man, I can't be in this meeting right now because, what am I making for dinner? I can't be in this meeting right now because I got to worry about what I'm doing this weekend, or all of those things. And they're never right here, right now. So you never, ever have somebody's attention fully on the task at hand. And if you are a task-oriented person and you can actually sit and focus on something, you'll get so much done. Like right now, I'm working on something that I don't want to say it scares me, but it's just like, wow, this is really good, right? And when you start to really do something that's really starting to display some of the work that you've done, you get so proud of yourself that you take the time to make sure that as you're sitting there hitting that, right? We talked about breaking that statue down. You're hitting it just ever so slightly. You don't want to mess it up because it's so, it's so powerful. It's taken so long. That patience, right? That's where the reward is. When you're making that cheese, you have to age it. You can't keep going in and saying, hey, is the cheese ready yet? Hold on, let me open that door. Is that cheese ready yet? Hey, Capp, is that cheese ready yet? Bro, you just put it in there 5 minutes ago. Hey, Capp, is that cheese ready? No, it's not ready, okay? You got to give it some time. Like if you want good whiskey, it's not a year, it's 12 years. Like that's literally what it takes. So when I look at this every single morning and I think about why we get up and why we do this and why we send that out there, it is for one, if not all of these 12 rules, right? Every day we try to give you guys a little bit of nuggets to say, hey, what's your accountability like today? How do you change yourself so that way you can grow others? How do you grow yourself, right, when you do those changes? And the last thing I would say before I send it back to you, because there's a lot more here, but humility is something I think a lot of people have a hard time with. And it's interesting because even the biggest guys at the gym, somebody somewhere they got a lot of humility too. Maybe it's their girlfriend, maybe it's their mom, their grandma or somebody, but they treat somebody nice, like, and with super care, right? They may not do that to you or someone else out there, but you got to remember that everybody has someone around them that cares for them, and they will be how do you say it? They will have humility towards that person at any time, even though they may not do it to you. So just because you're not being shown the friendliness of somebody doesn't mean it's not in there. You just have to get to know that person better. The Abraham Lincoln quote comes to my mind. Hey, I don't like that person. I need to spend more time with them.
Ooh, yes, sirree. I figured I'd trip a trigger or two with those. I'll pick up right where you left off there with humility and being humble. I think about what Russ said about it in his book. We got a little mascot for us this morning. Who's to say, who's to know? Get out of here. Don't you be unplugging cords. Oh, and you're unplugging my doggone. Get out of here. Oh, this cat, I tell you what, sometimes. I think about the Russ quote. He talked about humility in his book. Get out of your own way. It's all in your head. And he said, I think humility's bullshit. I think humility is dog shit. I don't believe in humility. And he said, now, not to say that I don't know what they're telling you when they say you need to be humble. They're just telling you not to forget where you come from, to realize that who you are today is a direct reflection of all the decisions you've made in the past, and who you're going to be tomorrow is a direct reflection of all the decisions you're going to make today. So if you're acting like an asshole today, you better be prepared that asshole shit is going to come your way tomorrow. No pun intended, asshole shit. Who's to say, who's to know? But be humble. Just be humble. And some people might look at me and say, oh, you guys talk about humble. You aren't humble. Yes, we are. We're just confident. We're vibrant. We bring the energy. We bring the noise. We bring the jam. We bring the boom, right? I can't even think of those crazy kids' names on TikTok right now. But that's the type of stuff we bring, right? The boom. We bring the boom. Who's to say, who's to know? And as you're talking, I was thinking of the Michelangelo effect. The ability to see the block of marble and see David within it. see the statue of David within the block of marble, right? I knew that would
That's
trick your
crazy.
trigger, right?
So yeah,
Go ahead. I knew that would
you
get
said
you.
that. So it's funny because when as a kid, and I have some, I used to write graffiti all the time. That's how I would be. I was the kid in class where I was in the back of the class and I was drawing all the graffiti in my books, right? And so I have actual tag books, like that just completely tagged up from front to back. And I remember somebody asking me one day as they were going through my book, and they're like, "Man, these are so different. Every one of them was different." And they go, how do you come up with this stuff? I'm like, I really don't. I just look at the page and the page tells me what it wants to be. And I just create that. And so without even thinking about the David thing, I've always thought of it that way. Whatever the page decides to come, it becomes. And it's kind of interesting because I brought up Simply Soapology the other day in the empty bowl. And we talked about Rick Rubin, right? And hey, stop trying to make, like, I'm sure she doesn't get in front of that bowl and say, okay, I want to make a strawberry scented lavender this, right? She's just throwing things together to see if it comes out, what it looks like, what's the color. Let me add a little of this. It's the same thing when I open up a brand new project on Ableton, right? And I start putting there's nothing there. And I don't really look like Rick Rubin says to make a certain thing. I stopped trying to say, well, I'm going to make a banger that's going to do this, or I'm going to make a headlining banger. You know what? I just get an idea and I just kind of let it work its way out of myself. And that's the thing about it is when you're creating, you have to let yourself be free of all of those boundaries and borders that allow you to say, hey, you know what? I got to stay inside this little box right here. You talked about all the decisions. And I'm going to say on that one too, I said it the other day, if I had the opportunity to go back and look at all those things I did wrong in order to get to this point in time, would I fix those things? Would I go back and go, hey, I had the opportunity and I had the choice to go this way or that way? If I was in that same situation and I knew the outcome and I still was faced with that situation, would I choose something different? And the answer is no, because you know what? The only reason why I've gotten here is because I failed in some of those choices, because I persevered in some of those choices, because some of those choices were some that I never gave up on, right? And I think in life, there's people that go out there when they get these choices, they always look back and say, ah, man, I regret this. I wish I would have done that. If only this would have happened. If I could have just listened. And you know what they do? They beat themselves up year over the things they did in the past. And they don't realize that, you know what, just like I put out on my post today, today's a new day to start anything you want, man. And 90% of the people out there will say they're going to do something and they don't do it. So be that 10% that says, hey, I'm going to start today because, hey, it's October 10th or whatever day it is. And I am going to make it to the end of the year by reading a book every day, whatever it might be. That's where people go wrong.
Set those resolutions now, right? A lot of people sit around and wait until January 1st. Oh, here it comes, January 1st. I'll get that new job then. I'll start investing then. I'll get to the gym then. I'll go on that vacation then. And then 2 weeks into 2025, they go, this life's hard. Fuck this. All right, see you guys later. I'm out. Okay. It happens every time, right?
Your hoodie, bro. Your hoodie's the reason why people don't do it. They try to change something in January and they don't live in Florida where it's nice and warm. So when they're trying to change this thing, they got to go out in negative 30-degree weather, negative 10-degree weather. Of course, you're making it hard on yourself. Why wouldn't you start now when it's not cold? So that way you're in momentum mode by the time you get to the first.
150%. And make it as easy as possible, right? I've said it a million times. From my home to my gym, it is a left, a right, a left, and a right, and I am at the gym. It is less than 5 minutes. I make it as easy as possible for myself. So on the days when I'm inevitably saying, I don't wanna, oh, please, I don't want to hit legs, I just got to throw some pre-workout in me, walk down the fucking stairs, out to the old Dakota, and away we go, baby. It's that fucking easy. And now I sit in the Dakota while I'm driving and get to a red light. I don't wanna. But at least I'm on the road. At least I'm getting there. And when I get to the parking lot, maybe I see my boy Johnny, or maybe I see one of my homies and they say, yo, go. So, okay, I'm glad I made it today. Let's fucking go. I get out, dap my boy up, go slang some weight, right? You know, some of the things that I was thinking about. Well, let me go back first. You talked about would I choose to do something differently, or would I have these things happen differently? And I resonate so much with what you said. No. because the failures, the places where I've missed, the trials, the tribulations, that's what made me who I am today. That's what's helped me learn. That's what's allowed me to be a business owner and an executive and a podcast host and a friend and a brother and a salesman and a fucking potential husband. Like, all these things have made me a more valuable man. And if you don't go through the bullshit of life, if you don't intentionally put yourself on the battlefield and willingly take the flaming arrows to the fucking chest, and all you do is sit back at base camp and play fucking Fortnite all along, chances are is you're never going to fucking become a man. You're never going to become a high value man. You're going to be fucking losing your mind when they drop a new skin on Fortnite instead of when they tell you how you can invest, or when they drop a new fucking FBTC, or when they drop the new XRP ETF. You ain't probably even heard about that because you've been too worried about leveling up on Fortnite, huh? How's that working for you? How's that going? Oh, sorry, you don't play Fortnite anymore. You play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You're a nerd. You're a virgin. You don't do anything with your life. Figure your shit out. Get it together. What are we doing, men? We're sitting here with our fucking hands in our pants, fucking all Sunday, wasting all day watching NFL football. Saturday and Friday was fucking chasing tail that we didn't even get and didn't even bring back to our house. And we ended up going home with the fucking homies. And we sat there and fucking played video games all Saturday, nursing our hangover. And then we do fucking fuck all Monday through Friday. And you're telling me that you're a high value man. You're telling me that you're going to go somewhere in life. You're telling me that all the bullshit you post on Instagram is supposed to convince me that you're something you're not. Fuck off with that. Quit the nonsense. I'm good on all of that bullshit. So many people avoid all that shit. No thanks. I'm going to go right into the fire and the fucking flames. It's why I talk about standing at the corner of the road. Damn, I started jumping and I thought about the people downstairs. Sorry, I'm getting too fucking hyped up right now. Standing at the right and the left. You look right, and it's rainbows, puppy dogs, and unicorns. You look left, and it's the valley of shadow of death and muck and mire. I choose the valley of shadow of death every single time because I know who I am. I know whose I am. There's nothing that can take me out in that valley. I know the one and only, the creator, the God of all of us sent me to be a change. Who can be against me? He's for me. Who the hell can be against me? Nobody. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Woo! And I'm telling you, man, I go all the way back to the beginning. Fuck, baby. We do this for giving and hospitality, man. Number 8, give to the things you believe in from your heart. Understand and acknowledge that your actions are a reflection of your inherent beliefs. Swirl One doesn't get paid for this show. He shows up for what he believes in. I don't get paid for GACC. I've never been a greenskeeper. I've never been in anything, but I'll never change my profile. He doesn't pay me to rock GACC shit on this show. He doesn't pay me to post shit out about GACC on the timeline. We don't get paid for this. Now, ultimately, that's what we're in this for. It's why we've continued to improve and grow, and we want to make the most change possible. But we're just doing this out of the goodness of our heart because we want to see people get better. It's the same way, and the reason why we do the J&J Weekend Getaway. Not to line our pockets, not to put us, you notice, well, short of Friday when Swirl One does his DJ set, you notice how we never put me and Swirl up on a pedestal anywhere and make you look at us like, oh, they're so great, they're so amazing. We're just in with the crowd. We just vibe with everybody. We don't need to put the crowd out there and then say, look at us, how amazing we are. Everybody, you came to our event. Okay, goodbye. Maybe a little something to think about there, Swirl One.
No, you're right. And I think you have to show up every day for whatever it is you believe in. And I was reading what Jared Albright said here, his October resolutions. I like that. So there's a new one right there, right? Is to gain weight, become the physical man I am meant to be. My whole life, everyone has treated me like a little brother. It's time to be strong, confident, humble, big brother. Love that. And I'll tell you this. I heard it the other day from somebody, and this was a guy that was, I think he was 55, almost 60 years old. And the guy was more shredded than me, you, or DZ. Like literally, guy was just cock diesel. And he said in there, he goes, the one thing that I remember doing when I look back and I was in my 40s was I remember seeing these statues of David and all of these Greeks, right? And they were chiseled. And I remember thinking, hey, nobody looks like that, right? And then he realized, but why not? My body is meant to look like that. And if I don't during my lifetime see what my body can do, I'm wasting my time. So shout out to Jared Albright, because, you know, we all have the body of a Greek god inside of us. We really do. The only thing that keeps you from getting to that is the choices you make on a daily basis. The choices that you make to be lazy or to eat that thing or not go to bed on time or not do the run or not go do the workout or whatever it might be. That stuff is what keeps people from doing all of those amazing things to make themselves exactly what they are. And that's just not for, hey, your body's one thing. I want to be the body of the Greek god. Okay, well, why don't you have a brain like Einstein, right? Why not? Einstein was never the greatest student when he went to school, and they didn't look at him as being, somebody who was going to change the world. He developed all that on his own, right? So if you got to think about that, Nikola Tesla, you got to think about these people are self-taught. They literally went down a rabbit hole and didn't come out until they found out what they wanted to learn. They went in there and fought with themselves until they came out with the knowledge that it needed to happen. This is what patience and reward means. You go in and you go to battle with everything that you're trying to learn. And when you come out the victor, you know exactly what you went in there to gain, what you have gained and learned, and now how to apply it. That's the biggest thing in life. And so shout out to Jared Albright and anybody who's trying to change their life right now. G. Lou, Mrs. G. Lou, all the people out there that are actually putting in the work. I'm putting in the work every single day. I'm making sure that my workouts are almost 2 hours a day now. I'm not even messing around. Like, I'm making sure that I'm putting in that work. So you have to be present here and now. You have to put your priorities first. There's so many people out there that wish they could have done something, but when they started, they quit. Or when they said they were going to do it, they got the dopamine from telling Capp he's going to do it, and then they turn around and didn't end up doing it. So it's one of those things. You have to apply what you want on a daily basis. And just like shaving, like we said, if you don't do it every day, you're going to end up looking like a bum.
Who's to say, who's to know? Oh, man. Shout out Jared Albright for sure. Man, and that's one of the benefits of being part of the Diamond Hand fam, being part of the greater community and the network, is that when you go to take a leap of faith like that, when you're a little nervous, you're a little afraid, you're a little, oh, shit, I got to start lifting weights again. I got to start eating right. We got a whole channel called Progress and Perfection in the Gateway. Progress over perfection. And Jared went right in there off the bat, posted his day one pictures, said, here we are. Here I am now. Now what? And man, when I saw that picture, I just got so excited and so proud. I was just like, let's go. Somebody else fired up to make a change, to make a move, to get their life better physically. Come on. This is awesome. And as I'm scrolling, I see my picture that I posted from my last 8-week cycle, and I'm already way bigger than that guy. And I'm like, oh, holy shit, where are we going? We got some things waiting for us. I don't know what's going to happen for the Diamond Hand fam.
I'm glad you brought that up. So I was going through the app the other day, and I took my new pictures for the new challenge, right? And I took them, and I take pictures on Saturday. I don't take pictures any other day. I weigh in on Fridays, take pictures on Saturdays. I don't do them on the same day on purpose because I don't want the weight to correlate with the picture, right? I don't want my mind to think, oh, well, this is what you look like at 179. It's not. 2 different days on purpose. And I posted the one out the other day. And so one thing I'm doing is I'm taking the picture, and I'm very conscious about taking the picture in the same place every time. So literally, don't move where you take the picture. If you can take it in the same place, then you can see based on your surroundings how you look, because everything is the same except for you in the picture. And I remember looking, I think when did we start that? I think it was in July or June when that first challenge started, if I'm not mistaken.
Like July 7th.
It might have been. And by that time, I'd already been working out. I'd been working out for probably 90 days, almost 100 days by that time. So I've been really into it. But you know what's crazy? As hard as I was working out at that time, I went back and looked at that very first picture of myself in that picture. And then I compared it to the person that was in the last picture. You can see it in my skin. Bruh. Not even in my face. You can see it in my skin. I was not confident. I was not as positive as I was now. I don't have the energy in my eyes. I just, you can just see it that I am looking tired, like the entire being. And it's not the eyes. It's just the whole thing. And now when you see the last picture, when I'm standing there, you can see stronger, better posture. You can see my eyes vibrate. You can see me hungry. You can see definition and everything. And my whole body's alive. So you would be surprised what happens when you really take that first picture for whatever it is. And then you go back like us. I mean, this has been months now. And you start looking at where you are. Oh, man, I'm telling you, if you're not proud of yourself when doing that, I don't know what should make you proud. You're not living if that's the case, because there is something about looking back at yourself and literally seeing the mind state you were in back then and seeing what happens after you move forward and do all that work. It's incredible. The changes, I can see it in myself.
You're tripping my triggers, bro. And I'm sending myself my pictures right now. I gotta pull these up because I think it's just a great opportunity to just, it's possible for you. A lot of people don't know where I was at and how far down the rabbit hole in the mountain I had slid. But let me tell you, this ain't fucking easy. This is not simple. This is not something that you could just, oh fuck, all right, I'm gonna get better today. Here we go. Like, you gotta want this shit. And I, especially if you're wanting to pack it on, if you're wanting to put on some serious pounds, listen, since Monday I had 3,900 calories, 290 grams of protein, 319 carbs, and 164 fats. I won't read them all, but Tuesday was 39.76 and yesterday was 37.83. If you don't have to eat that many calories, count your lucky stars, my friends. It is not enjoyable. I am eating when I don't want to eat. I'm fucking shoving food down my throat when I don't want to do it. It's not enjoyable. But I'll tell you what is enjoyable is sitting back and looking at the results. Having an opportunity to actually sit back and have it and say, wow, I did that shit. Holy shit. Now how far can I go? Swirl, you talked about like seeing the results. How fucking far can I take this? I feel, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I can take this so damn far. Like, hold on, let me. Okay, here we go. I got it pulled up now. Like, I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I kind of shocked my fucking self, to be honest with you. Here I am, live in prime time, right here for everybody to see. Bam, there you go. Tiny little fucking cap. Look at that fucking chain, bro. Look at my back, bro. What the fuck? Oh, man.
You could have picked a better pair of shorts, too, to wear instead of your underwear, bro.
Hey, man, I just rolled them up so people could see the legs. Who's to say, who's to know? Who's to say, who's to know? I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Oh, fuck. The sliders. Yeah, hey, it was just my first ever pick. So I was like, it is what it is, bro. Who's to say, who's to know? But if I can do it, so can you. I was just a little fucking 130-pound fucking soaking wet crackhead. I wasn't really a crackhead, but fucking looked like it. And I weighed in yesterday. I'm 163 fucking pounds. I'm 163 pounds. Those of you who saw me at the J&J weekend getaway this year, I am 30 pounds heavier than when you saw me. You will not recognize me when you see me at the third annual J&J Weekend Getaway. I promise. Even if you see me, this camera makes me look tiny. I'm telling you, it makes me look small. I'm telling you, we're out here working. We're out here going. DZ's getting bigger. I FaceTime with DZ you should see fucking DZ. DZ hardly ever posts pictures without something big and baggy and covering up all his muscles. I'm telling you what, the team's out here doing
I think that's the way to go, truly, bro. I'm with that. I am 100% with putting the bagginess on. It is not for anybody to see. It is only for myself, truly. And so here's why I think that. I think people know when you work out. I don't think that you can ever be the epitome of working out. There's always going to be somebody bigger, no matter what you are, no matter how big. Even guys your frame are going to be bigger than you. So to me, it's not about showing it to the world and trying to be like, oh, look at me. And it's just, you know what I like is when I don't have to, I got that confident silence when I walk by and somebody looks by, and I hate to say it, but they look me up and down and go, man, I'd love to be in shape like that guy, like that. And I don't have to have my muscles bulging out, but you know what's different? I don't have that big beer belly down here. I don't have that, where people were trying to tuck their shirt in all underneath here and all that. I don't have none of that, right? And I see it you guys see it at the airport, everywhere else. You see people everywhere you look they're just not in shape. So to me, it's almost better to not show it or to show my body in any way, shape, or form, because you know what? I'd rather that for the imagination. This person looks over at me. They don't know how shredded I actually am, which is a good thing, right? But they know one thing. I take my health serious, and that's the difference. I take my life serious, and that's why I want to go out and display that. I don't mind people looking at me and say, oh, man. It's just like somebody told me the other day. I went to the bar, and I told you guys about this. And he's like, hey, I can tell you work out. You're wearing baggy clothes and I can see it on you. And I'm like, and I had oversized everything and they could still see it on you. So that right there tells you, you don't have to walk around in a tank top all the time. You don't have to walk around with your shirt off to try to say, hey, I work out, people will notice, and I promise they're envious of the work you put in. It's always so hard for them to earn that. They won't even get started.
That's some interesting thoughts. Here I am telling DZ that he needs to start wearing tighter clothes and showing their muscles off more often. I mean,
Have
hey,
you noticed
hey,
some of the biggest guys in the world carry the most baggiest clothes? You know why? Because they don't got to prove anything to anybody. They've already proven it. They know what's there. They don't have to show the world. They've already put in the work.
Well, there's that, and they also can't fit into anything smaller. Sam Sulek.
That's why we started mediums, because people
Sam
buy
Sulek
mediums on purpose.
Sam Sulek can't even fit into a 3X. Sam Sulek went to put on a 3X the other day. I was watching one of his blogs, and he's fucking like, bro, I can't. I don't fucking know what to. And he's like, bro, you need a 4X. The guy he's like, dude, you fucking need a 4X now. What the fuck? He's like, man, my fucking delts. This is so stupid. I was cracking up. Holy shit, man.
I used to swim in this shirt. In the picture that was taken, I was swimming in this shirt. These were, I mean, when I say there was actual slack, I don't have slack anymore. Like it's tight right around the end. That's not the way it was ever. I didn't buy a smaller shirt. I'm just noticing I'm filling them all out, right? So that's funny. And I have created a pile this big of clothes out of my closet that I am giving away or throwing away because I'm never going back to that old me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Damn, son. We've been bringing the heat. 48 minutes after the top of the hour, 12 minutes until the top of the next one. The bombs have been flying. The fire's been going. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you've been writing some notes. I got me a whole page and a half. I hope you've been getting some perspective. I hope the gears have been turning, burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul. Because, my friends, that's all we got for your first segment of the day. We're going to promptly get into the second. I always wanted to be a cowboy, man. Growing up, I would always be wearing a cowboy hat and have my 6 shooters on my hips. Who's to say, who's to know? Look good, bad, and the ugly for you. Shout out there, DEEZY. Mr. Producer, we wouldn't be able to do this without you. Shout out to you, my man, making the show absolutely electric every single morning as we catch a flow. And speaking of catching a flow, let's get this proverbial show car drifting around the corners of change, speeding up a little bit as we get into the second segment of the day. We got 4 clips on tap in your Reaction Refinery. Wow. Okie dokie, my friends. So, now that we've been doing this for a little over 2 weeks now, going into the 3rd week here, or almost wrapped up with the 3rd week here, I'm going to start, picking out.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I tell you what, it certainly does. I'm going to start picking out, some random things here because we don't want to get repetitive and we don't want to have the same faces and over and over and over. So you notice this week I've kind of taken some different reels and some different things. And maybe day by day we might have a theme, right? On Monday we had kind of a quarterback theme. We had some quarterbacks come in and tell us their perspective. And today I thought, how can we just really shake things up? How can we just really spin a whole 180? Well, I thought, let's make the theme of the day comedians. Oh, that's right, my friends, comedians. Yes, we're going to be saying hello to 4 comedians this morning, but you're probably not going to be laughing. You're probably not going to be chuckling because these 4 men are going to share some high-level perspective with us. These are 4 men that I look up to, that I try to emulate in a lot of things that I do. They have found some amazing success in this life, and hopefully one day soon we'll be able to have a handful of these guys on the show. So we're going to start today with a man who goes by the name of Theodore von Kernatowski. If you don't know, you won't know, but that is the real name of Theo Von, the dog of the dog from Louisiana, the man, the myth, the legend, has got some pretty damn good perspective to kick us off this morning. Open your ear holes wide as Theo Von asks, how you living?
I don't know if I'm living sometimes or if I'm doing a to-do list. And then I don't know whose to-do list it is sometimes. I don't know if it's my own things that I want to be doing. Is it things that I feel like people want me to be doing? Like, whose expectations am I living up to?
Man, the first thing I think about is even the best of us can feel lonely. We can feel lost. We can feel, the hell am I even doing? You know, people look up to Theo. People see Theo as this mega star. And he says, what the hell am I doing? You know, am I living this just to-do list life? And I heard that last night. I really sat back and I thought, have I just been living a to-do list life? Like, have I just been checking the fucking boxes? Just showing up every day, going to work, swinging the leg, check the boxes, and not finding fulfillment, not taking time to be happy, not taking time to go on that walk, maybe get in the car, go for a drive, go have that nice dinner on Thursday night and instead of wrecking your brain and staying in the office. And those to-do list things, are they your to-do list? Or are you just running around like a chicken with your head cut off for other people? You know, far too often, it's great to have empathy. It's great to care about others, but we can twist ourselves in a damn pretzel so much that we can't even take care of ourselves. And we talked about it long time ago, and we reference it often. You have to put your oxygen mask on first. If that plane's going down, if life's fucking crazy for you, if you're seeing the mountain and you are saying we are crashing right into that shit, you cannot go worry about other people. You can't go up and down the aisles putting everybody else's oxygen mask on in hopes to make yourself feel better. You got to put your oxygen mask on, check up from the neck up, make sure you're living your life right, then go worry about everybody else. So many people want to find their value and their love in just trying to help others, but they've never learned to help themselves. Are you doing for others or are you doing for you? And that's not selfish, because the more you do, the more you change, the more you evolve, the better you're going to be for others. And you're not just going to be doing a to-do list for them. You're going to be providing true value. Who's to say, who's to know? Just some of my thoughts there, Swirl One.
Bro, people need structure. That's it. They need structure. But the problem is they don't have the discipline to give themselves structure. So they rely on work, wives, kids, and everybody else to tell them what to do during their day. Whoa, think about that. They don't have their own life. They don't structure themselves. So what's on their to-do list? Oh, I've got to go to work because my boss needs me there at a certain time. Hey, I've got to go and get my wife this because that's what's going on. Or, hey, the kids have this practice, so therefore that. So they go through their whole day and never make a decision for themselves on how they're going to create their schedule or make their life go. It is so crazy to me. And I see it all the time. People living for their kids go off to college and now they don't even know who they are because for the last 18 years, they've been living through somebody else's life, lens, and schedule. What are you doing right now? Oh my God. And I'm not saying you can't love your kids and do all the things for them, but at the same time, you have to set the example for your kids so they know what it looks like to be somebody who's driven, getting their goals done while they're getting a family going. Like, that's what it is. You can't put that expectation on the kid to learn that after you leave them in high school or after family has been broken up or after 18 when they go to college. Like, you can't let them learn that on themselves. They've got to see somebody keeping the family together, owning their shit, creating their own shit. But you know what else they got to do? They've got to see somebody that puts themselves first at times. Hey, I can't go do that. Why? Because I have the gym to do. I have to go do these things. My business is calling, those kind of things. So it's crazy to me. And that's what I wrote down right now. People are so lost and they can't find their way that they need to go find a work, a wife, or kids so they can start scheduling things they need to do on a daily basis.
Swirl One, I feel like a lot of people are having to turn away from the screen right now. I feel like a lot of people are saying, Swirl, why are you talking right to me, bro? Shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up. You're saying what I've been thinking. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, and I didn't think you and me get up every day. We don't have somebody that, hey, babe, get up real quick. You got to get in your show. How do you think we get to the gym every day? You think somebody calls us and go, hey, Cap, guess what? You got to go to the gym today. No, you know what it is? We are intrinsically motivated to create wins for ourselves. And we know the only way to do that is to schedule our day accordingly, create the opportunities that give us the right choices to have. And then when we get in front of them, we execute by being present. What is it right here? This was number 9, here and now, right? Get that shit done right now, then move on. If you have other things you got to do for your boss, your wife, or whatever, that's great. They can put things on your schedule. Just don't let them be your schedule.
Choo! What do I need to say? I think we're good on that one. I don't need to say anything. Hot damn, Swirl One. Let's go, baby. There is your first clip. How You Living by the one and only Theo Von Kurnatowski. Shout out, Theodore. We appreciate you, brother. Man, I'd love to have Theo on this show. He's an electric motherfucker. Just a funny, down-to-earth, real raw open dude. That's the type of guest we want on this show. And speaking of down to earth, real raw and open, a man that I have been following now for the better part of a decade. I don't even know. I have no clue when I came across this guy, but I'll never forget when I did. And old Mama Cap, she said, "Oh, who are you listening to? What podcast is that?" And I said, "Well, this is the JRE. This is the Joe Rogan Experience." And she says, "Well, let me listen." And she listens. She says, "Oh, he sure says a lot of fuck words, huh?" And I said, "Well, you just got to not worry about the fuck words and just listen to what they're saying. Often, a lot of people tell me I say too many fuck words, but maybe the message is what you need to be focused on and not the fuck words." Who's to say?
Damage.
Who's to know? So, my friends, if you haven't figured it out yet, the second clip of the day, we're saying hello to the legendary Joe Rogan. And we got to go all the way back to when he still had his studio in Cali. This man looks a little bit younger than he does now. Not that he looks old or anything. He looks fucking great for almost 60. Holy shit. But my friends, Mr. Joe Rogan, a man who lives by this, is going to tell us about discipline.
I think the one thing that discipline definitely does help you with is it helps you get things done. And when you get things done, when you actually do things, you have more success. If you have more success, and sometimes a big part of success is just not being lazy and just doing it.
Yeah.
That's like 90% of it is just showing up. Get there and start working. Like, you're not going to feel perfect every day. There's got to be those days you push through. They're probably going to be more numerous than the days you don't. And so the benefit of discipline in my eyes has always been that through discipline, I get things done. I always say that I'm like the most lazy, disciplined person I know, because I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But I always do.
I want to read that quote for those who aren't watching. "Nothing can be more hurtful to the service than the neglect of discipline. For that discipline, more than numbers, gives one army the superiority over another." George Washington. What do you think about that, Swirl One?
Bro, can you do the hard things? That's what he's saying. And he's right. It's exactly what it is. Discipline is the thing where when the I don't want us come, you just can't listen to him. You got to do it anyway. And I think people go through this life, and it's exactly what he's saying. They can't keep the discipline because of the fact that it seems so hard on a daily basis. It's cold outside. It's too far to go to the gym. Hey, I don't got time. Hey, when am I going to do that after I take the kids to here? Like, there's so many reasons, and we can all give ourselves excuses for why we don't do the things that we do. But that's the difference. Those people who have consistency and discipline, no matter what it is, things start to work out. The more they do, the more lucky they get, the more success they see. And that's what he keeps saying right there. And it comes down to what I just keep saying. Shout out, team, don't be lazy. Like, literally, I'm not lazy. There is a reason why I say the words, I'm not lazy. It's not a positive message. It's not even a negative message. It's basically telling myself that no matter what it is I'm trying to do, that I'm not lazy. I can handle it. It may not be the thing I want to do. It may not be something that I'm looking forward to, but I'm not lazy. I'm not going to sit there and let something just define what I'm doing without making it happen myself. So I love that about Joe Rogan and that whole just it's laziness, man. When he said that, I keep saying it. Gosh, if you could literally just stop yourself every time you feel not dedicated to your task, or you're not committed to your task, or you feel like you got the I don't want us, just look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm not lazy. Literally mean it. And when you do that, you'd be surprised the shit you get done when you tell yourself to your eyes, I'm not lazy.
You'd be surprised the shit you get done when you tell yourself to your eyes, I'm not tired. I'm just uninspired.
Bro,
You're not tired. You're just uninspired. Look yourself in the eyes and say, no, fuck you. I'm not uninspired. I've been working hard. Fuck you. I'm going back to work. You'll have a fuck you match with yourself in the mirror and get right back to work. I can tell I was tripping triggers. What are you thinking?
Bro, I'm telling you, I've been there, and I just did that yesterday. I was like, you know what? I literally looked at myself, and I'm like mad at myself for not doing something. I'm like, what are we doing? Why aren't you doing this right now? Just get it done. And you know what? I will MF myself all the way into the task sometimes. And you know what? I don't have a problem doing that. Because just like I told Capp a little while ago, there's nobody pushing him on the side to go do that thing. So guess who's got to be the accountability expert? Me. I've got to yell at myself. Ain't nobody going to tell me I'm not doing my shit. Nobody's going to say, hey, guess what, Swirl? You didn't pay that bill. Nobody's going to say that to me. You know what's going to happen? They're just going to come turn your shit off, right? You know what I mean? Nobody's going to say anything. So,
Your phone ringing. Your phone ringing.
I'm just saying, man. Like if I don't say I'm not lazy, if I don't do those things and look at myself in the eyes, Capp, I'm going to fail myself.
Facts. Big facts, man. It all comes down to discipline. You know, do you leave the dishes to soak in the sink overnight, or do you just get the fuckers done? There is no such thing as soaking. I'm sorry to burst your bubble here this morning, Bobby. I'm sorry to slap you across the face, Sally. But there is no such thing as fucking soaking. You are just a lazy sack of shit that doesn't want to grab up the sponge, squirt a little soap, wash that fucker off, and then sit it in the drying rack. Oh my gosh, that took 30 seconds. I'm never going to get it back. Instead, you sat there and had to scroll through social media. Or what'd you do? What'd you do? You went and you sat on your couch, you threw your hand in your pants, and the other hand had a fucking phone, and you were doing nothing. And you could have got that done. And maybe if you got that done, it might have got you inspired to go maybe take care of another task, or maybe cross another T, dot another I, get into that thing that you've been thinking, yeah, you know, I could, I would, I should. Wait a minute. Oh, shit, I guess I can, right? And that all starts by doing the hard tasks first, staying disciplined at the beginning of your day, getting up in the morning, rolling out of bed, and making your fucking bed. The instant you wake up, you want to change the world, make your bed. And that task, as much as you don't want to, when you're still tired, you got to tuck in the sheets. Oh, gosh. Oh, fuck. If you get through that, you're going to get through everything else. Everything is going to seem so much easier because you accomplished a task that 99% of people do not accomplish in their day. 99% of people open up that door, they look in their bedroom, and when they come home and it's still sheets thrown all over the fucking place. No thanks. Not the life for me. I'm good. I choose to stay disciplined. I choose to say I wanna, even when everything inside of me is saying, I don't wanna. But I'm going to do it anyway. Who's to say, who's to know? Groovy. Oh, baby, we're hot today. Damn, the chat's popping. Oh, me and Swirl One are popping. I mean, doggone, this is a show and a half. Hey, shout out to all 127 of you tuning in live in prime time right now. If we could shout you all out by name, we would. We appreciate you. Woo! Man. From the bottom of our hearts, thanks for letting us show up every day, say some shit into a microphone, talk that sweet shit, and hopefully get you fired up, my friends. We got 2 more clips to get through, 2 more comedians, my friends. And this next man, oh boy.
People don't even know Joe Rogan's a comedian.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, man.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't understand. Like,
I don't either. How do people not know that?
Well, I guess because he technically didn't burst onto the scene until the JRE experience. Like, that's what really took him off. Like, and I guess people also don't even think about his Fear Factor days. And I mean, the dude was literally full head of hair, 150 pounds soaking wet, and was doing the fucking circuit on the East Coast, just stage to stage to stage. Like, he's been there and done that. I actually saw Joe Rogan when he was on his Insane Clown tour in Milwaukee at the Pfizer Forum. Bro, that was nuclear. nuclear. I've never, oh my gosh, bro. There's a reason they lock up your fucking phones. I'd go back 10 times out of 10. Who's to say, who's to know? And another man that I would probably show up for, because I feel like not a lot of people know that he's a comedian either. That's how he got his start working the beat from bar to bar, from club to club. And then all of a sudden, he became an actor. And one of the most famous actors we know, playing in roles like Bruce Almighty, or maybe Ace Ventura, Pup Detective. Who's to say, who's to know? But maybe you do. Boy, I wish Malka was in the live chat this morning, because he loves him some Jim Carrey, a man who's figured it all out, a man who I believe has broke free of the Matrix long before any of us could even understand what it was. He's not going to talk about that this morning. He ain't going to make us laugh, but he is going to share one hell of a message on manifestation.
In manifestation, I believe in, putting a rocket of desire out into the universe, and you get it when you believe it. You get it when you believe you have it. And that's the key, is like people still, they sit around going, when's it going to come, when's it going to come, when's it going to come, when's it going to come? And that's the wrong way. You're facing the wrong way. You're facing away from it. You have to go, it's here, it's here, it's here. The entire universe, all of creation is an improvisation, and you have to kind of just accept it and go with it and have fun with it and try to surf it. And sometimes you feel like you're on top of the wave, and sometimes you fall off and you keep getting up. So
all of creation is an improvisation. Our God is the best improv artist in the world, and you're telling me you can't improvise? Everything in this world is an improvisation. All you have to do is improvise, surf the waves, get in the boat, and surf the waves of change. Sometimes the waves are going to be high. Sometimes it's going to be like the North Sea, and you're going to want to get the fuck off those waters. Sometimes it's going to be nice and smooth like a catamaran ride, and other times it's going to be nothing going on. And you're going to say, well, I want a little bit of action. Just get on the boat, surf the waves. Hey, if you don't think you're a captain, imitate being the captain. Put it on. You're the captain now. You're the captain of your ship. Everything is an improvisation. You can go left, you can go right, you can go straight. It doesn't matter, man. Put a rocket of want out into the universe and say, I already have it. Why do you think I say all the time, I'm a millionaire, they just haven't paid me yet? Because I live in that mindset. I don't live in the mindset, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire. I'm a millionaire, they just haven't paid me yet. I'm a millionaire, they just haven't paid me yet. I'm a millionaire, they just haven't paid me yet. And you live in that life of abundance and that mindset, eventually the doors open wide. Manifestation has worked time and time and time and time again in my life. And it was not until I got the key that he just said, believe it as if it has already happened. See it as if you can touch it, smell it, feel it, taste it. It's already there. I told my fish tank story a long time ago. When I wanted a fish tank, I literally went and I bought some food and I bought some random shit, and I would get up every morning and fake feed my fish. And, oh, what's up, Bubba? Oh, what's up, man? And I talked to my fish, right? There was no tank there. It took about a month, and I showed up at a buddy's house and I saw a fish tank sitting in the corner. I said, hey, bro, what are you doing with that tank? He said, man, I can't keep a fish alive to save my ass. You want that tank? Yeah, I'll take that fucking tank. Took it home, filled it up, and that next morning, I fed real fish. It can happen with anything, man. That's just a little story I love to tell about manifestation. You have to live as if it already exists.
Bro, I can't tell you. There is a fine line, and that's one thing with Jim Carrey, between insanity and genius, and he rides it constantly. Let me just tell you right there, the man is insane, but at the same time, he's super smart. So regardless of what that is, the message is still the same. You do have to put out that rocket into the universe. And I've said it so many different times, careful what you ask for, because when you ask for it, the universe doesn't always write down what you say. It just says, oh, you want change. Okay, I got you. Right. So it happens. Right. And that's why you can't get too down the weeds on, hey, here's my picket fence. Here's what I want to see, because you know what? You'll go someplace with no picket fence. You'll go someplace. That's why, hey, when I say things like, hey, I want to go down to a certain place, I got to be careful what I say, because the universe says, hey, you like what you like, you want what you want, but it all comes in patience, right? The reward will come out later in time. So You have to be careful of that. But without the action, without the thought process, without the starting line, you have nothing. And that's literally what he's saying. You have to believe in it. What does Russ say? You got to believe in something that you can only see, the vision you only see. And when you see that vision and it comes clear, that's why I told you guys, hey, you know your greatness. Remember when you did something great? What did it smell like? What did it feel like? What did it taste like? What was the air like? I say those things for a reason, because when you're feeling unconfident and you're not feeling like you're strong, remember those times when you persevered or you kicked ass, and remember what it felt like and what it tasted like and what it literally looked like, because those are the things that bring you back to your center and remind yourself that you've got the power to do anything you want in this world. I remember when I have been at my top in certain things, and anytime I'm about to take on something else, I try to bring myself back to those places, because that's how you recreate your greatness. You remember you had it inside. You remember you started just doing something you didn't know about, and all of a sudden the greatness came from that. So I think that's what you got to do, is just keep trying, put that rocket out into the universe. And then all you got to do is, just like it says right here, the great law, right? See, I keep going back to my notes, right? What you put out will come back to you.
Choo! Yeah, boy. Oh, man. Talk about some perspective shifting this morning, kids. I'm fired up. I'm feeling good, man. I just sit back and watch Swirl One. What am I even doing? I just sit back and watch you talk all morning. What the hell am I even doing here? Who's to know? My friends, we got one more clip coming your way on the second segment of the day here on this fine morning program. And this one might be my favorite, because this man holds a special place in my heart. This man might be my favorite comedian of all time. He is the reason why I post out what I post out every single morning. It's a beautiful day to be alive, cocksucker. The rest is up to you. Who's to say, who's to know? We got to say hello to Uncle Coco as he tells us, you're alive.
You're alive. That's the most important thing. Once you're alive, you made it. You got another fucking day to let these motherfuckers know who's running things. You understand? Because that's it. Listen, if you're leaving the house today like, it's a nice day, I can't wait, you're going to lose. You got to leave the house. It's all in the fucking coconut. You crack all the stupid jokes you want and call people different names on Twitter, but if you ain't making it happen, that's all fucking bullshit. You can wipe your ass with that shit.
Yeah! Hey, all you Web3 fucks that are watching right now because we're broadcasting on X that just love to talk your sweet shit and fucking say Swirl ain't this or that or the third. Because it sure seems like you ain't doing fucking shit. Sure seems like shit, cracking jokes, fucking sitting around on X, but you ain't making it happen. You're just walking out there, oh, this is great. Oh, hey, who you voting for? Hey, did you see what's on the news? CNN. A goon all day long, and you're not doing anything, and you act like you're doing something. You act like you're the shit. You talk about people who got it together. Oh, they're the broke boys country club, but you ain't got fuck all underneath your fucking ass. Shit, you ain't got 2 pennies to rub together in your pocket, and you're talking about fucking people who do. What do you where do you get off thinking? And to take on all the way back around the bend, you're alive. You woke up this morning. You got a chance that so many people didn't get. Good morning, Vietnam! Shout out to the legend Robin Williams, one time for the one time. You're alive, man. You're here. You got a chance. Don't take it for granted. Be a savage. Wake up and say, this is my day. I'm going to own it. Because 99% of people don't do that. 99% of people wake up and say, oh, today's great. I hope X has some good news. Oh, I hope Facebook, I find something good from Facebook. Oh, I hope I meet the woman of my dreams. And all they're focused on is other bullshit other than themselves. And if you focus on yourselves, you grab a hold of your coconut and say, this is what we're thinking. This is where we're going. If you got to grab a hold of your head and say, this is where we're going, fuckhead. Stop looking. Stop it. Go. Then do that. It's the same as Ed Foreman. If you got to put your fingers in your mouth and say, I'm terrific, then fucking do it, man. Don't be the 99%. Be the 1%. Come on, Swirl One.
Bro, I love Joey. The greatest thing about that guy, you could tell that guy's lived a rugged life. He's gone through all kinds of shit, right? And you can see the people's faces when they lived a good life. Right? And that's what that guy looks like. People, oh, like, because here's the bottom line. Talking about those decisions earlier that we would have made again, I'm sure he would have done the same thing. And I love what he says. He makes the decision to go out every single day and run his life, earn his keep, do his part. And that's what I'm trying to do every single day. And here's one of the things we were talking about, the Broke Boys Country Club. Why are you worried about me anyway? What are you worried about me anyway? If we're not in your radar and you're not, dude, leave that somewhere else. I don't care about your comments. I don't care about what you think we will or won't do. The bottom line is we've been doing it. We've been sitting here, right? So that's the difference. Is I see people come in and, talk about the greens for a second. Somebody come in the greens the other day and I said, hey, we're still doing great. And he's had something to say. And I'm like, where have you been the last 586 episodes? Where have you been in the greens every Friday doing DJ parties? Where have you been in every GACC space that's been happening for over the last 3 years that I've been a part of every last one of them? Where have you been? And you're going to come in here and tell me, oh, we'll talk about business later. No. I don't care about what you think, because you know what? You go out and live for the world. I live for the people I try to support. There's a difference. There's a difference. I put my energy into things that matter. You put energy into things that break and tear people down. That's not what I'm doing. That's why I show up to the show every day, is to give somebody something that can help them get through this life, or walk out the door, just like Joey just said, and go out there and conquer your fucking day. That's what it's about. We have no time to sit here and waste. This is only your life you're talking about here. What are you going to do? Negotiate with it? Hey, I'm sorry. My life's going to be changed by the choices I make today. Am I going to sit back and make bullshit choices, worry about what somebody's doing over at the Bored Ape Yacht Club? I don't give a shit. I'm doing it on my own. I'm doing what I get up and I get on my own 2 feet and I handle my own business. I make my own schedules and I abide to them because I have a purpose that's greater than looking at somebody else.
Drop them bombs, D's. Oh, shit. Give me an air horn. Give me something. I don't know. Just something. I need something after that. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about. This right here. This is Fortune Fuel, baby. This is what I'm talking about. Man, shout out Swirl One. Phew. There's your 4 clips of the day, my friends. How you living, discipline, manifestation, and yo alive. Shout out to Theo Von, Joe Rogan, Jim Carrey, and Joey Diaz. All men who, if anybody has a connection out there, we certainly love to have them on the show. Hey, let them know we're saying howdy do. Who's to say, who's to know? Certainly appreciate that. And my friends, that does it for your second segment of the day. So it's time to get into the final one and then wrap this show up, baby. Let's promptly get into your answers from the Anvil. Alrighty then, my friends. Let's take a gander at some of these questions. I saw some questions come through. I saw some amazing comments come through all morning long. We didn't have any emails come through at askfnf@thedhmgroup.io. Again, if you want to be a little more lengthy, you want to be a little more anonymous, or you have some trigger tripped and you want a topic covered that we haven't covered on the show, send it over to us. askfnf@thedhmgroup.io, and we will be more than happy to answer those questions on this third segment of the day. But this morning, we're going to be looking over there at that live chat. Reminder, if you're on X or if you're on YouTube, you can get in the live chat right now and ask your questions. Let's get after it. DEEZYY, Mr. Producer, what do we got, my guy? The one and only Miss Debbie Estes. Mrs. Metal Crazy says, great morning, fam. We've made it to another thankful Thursday. What are you grateful for today? I'll tell you what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for this doggone show. I'm grateful for an opportunity to show up every morning, talk some sweet shit into a microphone, look at a camera, and just be the goofy, real, raw, dipshit, open version of me. I'm nothing different than when you see me in person, when you hear me behind X Space, when you see me here live in prime time. And I just love to let people know that. And I'm just so grateful that I get that chance every single day to to hang out with Swirl, hang out with D's, talk some shit, make people laugh, make people cry, make people think. I mean, this fills my cup every single day, and I am able to go pour it out into other people because of this show. So very grateful, very grateful. How about you, Swirl One?
I'm grateful for the fact that I got to wake up today, man. I really look at life. I'm not promised tomorrow. I'm not promised even later today. So just the fact that I'm here right now, I'm being present and I'm putting out the best energy I possibly can. I'm grateful for the fact that God's given me the strength to be dedicated, given me the wisdom to be able to share with other people, and also given me the confidence to be able to not worry about what people think about me when I get on this stage and I get in this front of this microphone and get on this camera, because that's why half the people in the world don't do what we're doing right now, is because they worry about what everybody else is thinking of them. And I don't care. I really don't. Your opinion of me makes no difference to me, and it's none of my business anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, you either get something from this show or you don't. So I'm just proud of the fact that I've got that kind of confidence where I don't have to worry about what other people say about me. It doesn't make any difference to me, in my opinions.
Ditto. Ditto on that one, buddy guy, old pal. What else we got out there? DWEZYY. Open 24 in the live chat. Shout out the Horseman. Another beautiful day. Gratitude is the attitude. What do you know about that? So grateful to spend time leveling up with this fam. Let's fucking GACC. Shout out, Open. We appreciate you, brother. Grateful for you, my man. Thanks for all your support and love. JK, big time. Our nation's capital connection. GM, crush the day as always, says JK. Great morning, F&F crew. Great morning to you, Mr. SD. We appreciate the hell out of you, Pewero. Grammy P, great morning, great morning. Blessings to all the family. Blessings right back to you, Grammy P. We love you. Appreciate you tuning in live in prime time. Hey, how many other 88-year-old grandmas are in the live chat on YouTube tearing it up, huh? Yeah, that's a GP right there. Come on. Shout out Bella Rossi, a.k.a. Mama Snow, a.k.a. the wonderful Wable. We appreciate the hell out of you, young lady. Fantastic morning to you. Thanks for being in here. Debbie Estes, what's going on again? You reap what you sow, so make sure you're sowing love, gratitude, and positivity, because that's what you're going to get back. Yeah, nice little reminder there, Mrs. Metal. We appreciate you. Days, what else we got out there? Oh, shit, Derek Snow in the live chat. He says, do you believe we're born with patience inside of us, or is it something like a skill that must be completely learned?
I think you got to learn it. It's definitely, you can see in kids, patience is not real. It is, I want everything right now. It's even worse today when you start talking about these phones. Everything is right now. So I think it's one of those things that confident people understand things take work, and they develop patience over time. I know I had to develop the patience. It's not something that was given to me. But you know what I did? I watched my dad a lot of the time. He was so patient with so many things, including myself. So it's a big thing to kind of understand. You got to have something to emulate, and then you've got to have a reason to be patient. And if you're working on something, you'll understand patience pretty quickly.
100%. Patience 100% is learned. I'm still working on it. All right. I'm still working on it to this day. Sometimes I want it yesterday, and I got to realize that patience is the greatest virtue. You know, I think about that quote: practice doesn't make perfect, practice makes permanent, and perfect is just a mindset. You know, it's the same with patience. You just got to keep being patient, just got to keep showing up. And the more something is taking away from your patience, the more you know that thing is going to be incredibly fruitful. But it is challenging you. It is asking you, do you really want this? Do you want to become the version of yourself that you need to be in order to get this? And most of the time, it just comes down to being patient. The two big things: control your brain and be patient. And fucking everything else will work out from there. Who's to say, who's to know? Hey, shout out D's. We appreciate the question, guy. Let's see. Jeff Oglesby, is it possible to set up a candlelight vigil for three things: the victims of Hurricane Helene, the victims of Hurricane Milton, and last but not least, to remember how great the USA used to be? Oh boy, that's hot and heavy. Yeah, 150%. We'll pull up some candles. I ain't got no candles.
I'm looking for one right now. Hold on. I'm looking here. I'm looking. I got you.
Hold on. Wait, where's my? Hold on. I'm coming back. Don't worry. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Don't worry. Okay. Bruh. There we go.
We did it, bro.
Moment of silence, please. Thank you for your moment of silence. We appreciate. There is our candlelight vigil. Hey, how many other fucking shows are doing that? How many other shows doing a candlelight vigil for all the victims of Helene and Milton and for what the USA used to
Hey,
be?
and we didn't rehearse that. We
No.
both immediately went to, hey, I got you.
It's like we're on the same page, cuz. It's like we know what we're doing or something. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out Jeff Oglesby. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. What else we got out there? DEEZY. Who's in the chat? The more your cup, oh, fuck. Shout out Chris Oswald. The more your cup is full, the more you can help others. So take care of yourself first. Great morning, everyone. Have a spectacular Thursday. I didn't even see that comment, and I mentioned my cup being full. Shout out Ahumada. We appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being in here this morning. I saw one. Ooh, yeah. I wanted you to pop that one up, too. Radio Free Hub City, our friends over there, Mr. Ken Buckler. When I started RFHC in 2021, I envisioned its star program as a news talk show recorded live in a production studio. This finally happened on Monday. Congratulations, Ken. I saw the updates. If you guys are in the Gateway, hey, if you're in the Gateway, you know he posted in that Progress Over Perfection channel that I mentioned, and he kind of been letting us know what's up with that studio, what's going on, how it's happening, how it's flowing. Pretty badass. Shout out to you, Ken. We appreciate the hell out of you, man. Glue stripper. Set goals you think you can't reach. You learn how much you can grow. Whoo! Hey, man, I was seeing that shadow. I was seeing that shadow. That shadow's looking pretty slim. That shadow's looking pretty tiny. I was saying, wait a minute.
Thinking about that, because I haven't seen G. Lou either, but talking about shadows, you know, I'm a big Tool fan, right? And one of the lyrics in Tool is changes come through my shadow is what he talks about. And I was taking my run yesterday, and as I was running, I remember the sun was at my back and I could see my shadow in front of me. And as I'm running, I'm looking down. I don't even recognize my shadow. So I'm just telling you, it's amazing. Like, I don't recognize my shadow. I can see definition in my arms and everything that I have when I'm running and that kind of thing. It's amazing what you can see in your shadow. I'm telling you, it's incredible. So shout out to Glue Strip. The guy just hit 200 pounds. I mean, he's been killing it for almost 75 days. Dude, that's great stuff. Shout out G. Lou and Mrs. G. Lou.
Damn straight. I mean, shit, Mrs. G. Lou already didn't have much to lose. I can't imagine what Mrs. G. Lou be looking like with this shit. Yeah, hey, the G. Lou's might be in the running for the hottest power couple in all the Diamond Hand fam. I'm just saying, who's to say, who's to know? I mean, I don't think we're going to recognize these two when we see them again. That's just my humble prediction. Who's to say, who's to know? What else we got on the show, Deezy? Oh, another Mrs. Metal. She is in there this morning. I know most people say they will die for the ones you love, but my question is, would you live for them? Phew. No excuses. Yeah, I definitely would. It's what I do every single day. I show up, I create this show, I make DHMG, I talk with Swirl, I talk with D's, I talk with Glue, I talk with the boys. I do this all so more people have an opportunity to not just survive, but to thrive, to be better, to know that there's people out there just like them. There's people out there that think this way. There's people that are willing to find the truth and want to talk about how to correct the things of where we're at in society. Yeah, I'm willing to live for it every single damn day.
I agree. I get up every day. Truly, I get up because I'm proud of the fact that I'm alive and I can keep moving. But in my day, there's a lot of things that keep me living for a lot of people out there. One, the grandpas, Diamond Hand Media Group, my family, my friends, my business associates, my clients, all of that. They look forward to having me in their lives somehow, some way. I went and had dinner with a client last night, and you wouldn't, you know, it's funny. You don't realize how much you mean to people until you sit and you break bread with them in times like that. And you know, when the way they introduce you to people and how they say who you are and that kind of thing, you realize that, man, you know what? Your life is always bigger than you. And a lot of times we tend to put ourselves in this little bitty box and kind of say, hey, I don't have a lot of influence, or I don't have a lot of, I don't know, I just don't have that outgoingness I might think I have. Well, you'd be surprised what people think of you. And the more you put in that value every day, the more it's going to come back and pay you. So I'm telling you right now, I get up every day for a lot of different reasons. It starts with me and my creator, and then from there it branches out to a lot of people.
I've been thinking about that a lot. How do other people view me? How do other people see me in this situation, and it's just not to like think on the judgment track or, oh no, I'm being judged. Just, am I living up to the standard that I know I need to be living up to? Am I crossing my T's? Am I dotting my I's? Just that checkup from the neck up. Am I doing this the right way? Right? Or people think I'm just a fucking asshole just rolling around. I'm a big old, people still are going to think that, but is that the overwhelming majority? Right? Or is that just a few fucking haters that fuck kick rocks? I don't give a shit about you. Or is that everybody you come across? They see old Cap walking. Oh shit. No. Hey, what were you doing, bro? Fucking, do people start having random conversations when you start walking in a room? Or do they greet you when you walk into a room? Might tell you what people think about you. Who's to say, who's to know? Just some thoughts. Shout out all you amazing human beings tuning into the show. That's what we got for today. Oh, we might have one more. Hold on. Jeff Oglesby, after waking up this morning, heading to work, I stopped by the gas station to grab a drink. I was asked if I'm ready for the day. I replied, not yet, but after FNF, I'll be ready to seize the day, baby. Shout out, Jeff Oglesby. We appreciate you, man. I tell you what, Jeff Oglesby is one of the unsung heroes of the Diamond Ham fam, man. He is always out there pushing the brand, pushing the name, talking about us. And he's got some upgrades coming to his tailgate here sometime soon, Swirl One, that just might have some apes of the grandpa variety, just out there live in prime time. So anybody who's trying to tailgate old Jeff Oglesby might know what he's about. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe some diamonds, maybe some hands, maybe some apes of the grandpa variety. Who's to say, who's to know? Maybe I'm the only one that's seen that so far. Golly, I can't wait till he pops that out on live and prime time on the timeline. The people are going to freak. Who's to say, who's to know? But there it is, my friends. Your third segment of the day, answers from the Anvil, and your 1, 2, and 3 segments today. Sharpening Session, we gave you 12 laws, gave you some perspective on those laws. We reacted to 4 clips from Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, Jim Carrey, and Joey Diaz, and we answered some damn good questions and got some more perspective from you beautiful humming beings tuning in to episode 586. That's all I got on the agenda. A couple of reminders. I can definitely bring you away. But let's break this thing down the only way we know how. Baby. First of all, we got to check in with the co-host with the mo-host, the man with the plan, the travel plan, always on a tin can, completing a mission in some foreign land. DEEZYY, I appreciate this song, man. This feels good. Deep down in the plums. DJ Swirl One, you got any final thoughts? Closing comments, perspectives, reminders, or anything else for episode 586.
Oh yeah, see that? I'm telling you.
Then it's just a nice little fade out. Boom.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I feel like I gotta talk softly and give you my hey, it's gonna be okay voice, right? But no, we're gonna go ahead and get vibrant. Look at Cap going nuts over here. He's just all over it. Hey, I appreciate everybody showing up to Forge and Fuel. I'm fired up. Just so you understand, I was in the green room this morning talking about, hey, I didn't sleep very well last night. This wasn't the greatest place to stay. And guess what? Let me tell you, it didn't stop me from being all fired up. It didn't stop me from putting my best foot forward and shining bright as the sun. So why would it stop you? Regardless of what's in your way, get up and just shine bright. You got the choice. It doesn't matter how you woke up or where you went to bed or what happened to you. You have every opportunity to take right now and change your life going forward by just putting some effort in, a little consistency, maybe some dedication, possibly a little inspiration and motivation you might have got from this here show. So, my friends, I am going to bid you adieu, but not before I do ask a couple things. One, go out and make sure you stay hydrated all day, my friends. It is very important to keep plenty of water inside that body of yours. Also, make sure you do something for your spirituality, your physical ability, and even your mental fitness today, because those things are extremely important to our well-being on a daily basis. And the more you do of that, the more confident you will be. And lastly, I appreciate you guys showing up for this FNF. And if you wouldn't mind, just like Jeff Oglesby, share the show with somebody out today. When you're walking around and they look like they might be moping, or they go, thanks for noticing me. Say, hey, you know what? I got a way you can get noticed every single day. Show up to, FNF. Put yourself a little comment in there. They'll shout you guys out. So I appreciate that. Give us a rating on Apple, Spotify, all that kind of good stuff. Thank you for being here. I'm Swirl One, and I'm going to go ahead and clock out for the day and go kick some ass. So Hopefully you do the same thing. Cap, you already know what to do.
Shout out Swirl One. Appreciate the hell out of you, my guy. Thanks for bringing them good vibes. It was great perspectives all morning long. Thanks for those 3 reminders. I like those. And it actually tripped a trigger in me. Maybe we can be also the start of your spiritual journey or wherever you find yourself here this morning. Haven't done this for a while. Haven't done it live in prime time, so figure we'll read a little prayer this morning. If everyone would like to join me, one time for the one time. This is entitled A Steady Heart. Lord, in this world I see disaster at every turn. There is no escape from news of destruction and pain. Life feels out of control, and I wonder where security can be found. I'm grateful for your invitation to put all my fears and concerns into your hands. I want to know you as my loving God and my fortress, my stronghold and my deliverer, my shield in whom I take refuge. Show me how to see you in my circumstances so that I walk in joy instead of fear. Replace my anxiety with godly fear of you, the one who is above all things. Give me strength and assurance of your promises so my heart can be steadfast all the time. You are my perfect peace. Amen. Woo! That was a good one there. I like that one. Ah! Shout out to the one and only, the big old G-O-D, Alpha and Omega. Wouldn't have this show without him, so we got to give him a little love. Shout those praises one time for the one time. Give you a couple of reminders, my friends. Tonight, we are live in prime time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 4:30 p.m. Pacific for our bi-weekly networking meeting in the Gateway. Make sure you RSVP if you haven't already. And if you're not in the Gateway, start your 7-day free trial today. Come on, slide in and say what's up to the fam, baby. If you want to rock a little GACC gear, maybe you like that GACC shirt over there. Maybe you like some of the Super Soldier shirt I was wearing yesterday. Maybe you just want to rock some DHMG or GACC swagger. You can go over to Mine and Shine Apparel or thegacproshop.com. Both of those links located in this episode's description over there on YouTube if you aren't watching on the YouTubes. And you can visit that and get yourself some fresh swag today. Also, we're reminding you all the time, but got to tell you once again before we get out of here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit that like button. If you're on X, hit the heart, hit the repost, maybe even quote post it. Let the people know why you love tuning into Forge and Fuel. If you're on Facebook, share it out, hit the like button. And most importantly, if you're listening to this podcast on Spotify or Apple or Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcast, maybe you could give us a follow over there and potentially leave us a rating because we certainly appreciate the hell out of that, and it only makes us bigger and better, faster and stronger. Shout out to each and every one of you that have helped that algorithm go and flow this morning. It is because of you that we continue to grow. We have the opportunity to do this each and every day, and we get the chance to show up right here live in primetime, baby. So don't be a host, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let the people know, and we'll continue to bring the vibes and catch a flow every single morning for each and every one of you. But for now, my friends, it is time to bid thee adieu. But not before we remind each and every one of you that you are kind, you are smart, you are important, and you are loved. No matter what anybody wants to tell you or what this world is trying to make you believe. And number one, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse. Number two, even a dead fish can go with the flow. And number three, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, ISU, keep in mind that DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to each and every one of you flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for always being in my corner, in Swirl's corner, in Deezy's corner, and most importantly, in each other's corner. Thank you for being the difference. Thank you for setting the change and the precedent that we not only want to see on YouTube or X or Facebook or on a Spotify platform, but in this entire wide world. Thank you for being 1%ers. Thank you for being super soldiers. And most importantly, to you OGs out there, thanks for being the Diamond Hand fam. We appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. Thanks for starting your day the right way here at episode 586 of Forging Fuel, baby. For our Mr. Producer, DEEZYY. For the co-host with the most, Swirl One. And for me, your man, Colton, CAPP. We bid the fantastic rest of your Thursday morning, unless you have any other plans. And last but certainly not least, my friends, as we bid thee adieu, we say unto you, peace and love.